Hello, hello, hello. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, man, what's up? What's up? I'm back. I'm going to start doing the solo shows again. I really want to start dropping 2 times a week. The only problem with that is I need y'all to tell me if that's what y'all want. I need comments, likes, or something to just let me know that I can drop one Monday, with me and whomever, the ladies or the guys, and then Friday I can give y'all a solo one. It won't be too long, but something y'all can live with, for the weekend. But I need y'all to let me know. And I'm doing it at the beginning of the pod just in case you don't make it to the end. So you ain't got no excuse, right? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it would be greatly appreciated if you do subscribe, because I am still trying to get to 1,000. And I'm trying to make sure I keep it consistent so I can drop every week. But like I said, if y'all want me to drop 2 times a week, let me know. We'll get to that. Big shout out to Kirk, a friend of the show, guy that came through and time stamped the pods for y'all so y'all can just go to whatever part you want to listen to. Hopefully you listen all the way through. But if not, at least you come check it out. I appreciate that either way. But yeah, so big salute to you, Kurt. I appreciate you paying it forward. It's people like you that, make it easy for me to keep going, honestly. But let's get to it. Welcome. Welcome to everybody. Hayes Dennis. You know what? I just thought about it. I don't ever even let y'all know I am Dennis, right? But I guess that's evident and obvious. But this part of the show is called Added Value. And today I really just wanted to get on here, have some fun, talk some mess, get y'all back in the groove of hearing my voice by itself, if y'all enjoy hearing my voice. I was on I was on Snapchat, and one of my good friends from upstate, he had posted, this is, I guess, like 7 steps to life. So number 1, it says, make peace with your past so it doesn't spoil your present. What does that mean to y'all? Comment and let me know how y'all feel about that. For me, it helps me process that it really is okay to just let go. I hold on to a lot of hurt I've caused, a lot of hurt I endured. And then as you process that, it makes it hard for you to really love on somebody. It makes it even harder for you to even receive love. And that's been, my biggest problem in my adult life. Then you miss out, you lose out on some amazing women. You got to watch them go be happy, which is a beautiful thing because they deserve it. But you start the process now that you deserve it as well. And then you get to hearing songs like Life, like what it said, if you only find your soulmate once, and if you miss that chance, you'll never find it again. See, that type of stuff makes it uncomfortable to even just move forward sometimes because, you start to process these old cliche sins and maybe there's some truth to it, right? At some point. But honestly, man, just put the work in. Do what you got to do to get better. Forgive yourself. Forgive whomever have caused pain, even if they ain't apologize for it. And I think it'll be much, much more easier. Number 2, it says what others think of you is none of your business. So that's super dope. Iris had put me on something I guess she heard, and I'm paraphrasing when I say this. It says, don't pay attention to people's opinion that you don't even get advice from. Like, really process that. And let me tell you this. I'm the biggest critic of myself. I'm horribly insecure. So when you start to, reading stuff or hearing things, it almost puts you in a state to where you just kind of want to stay to yourself. Like, if people don't appreciate what you've given, you might as well just keep it to yourself. But then you start to process, like a lot of these people just think about that talk about you that you probably ain't talked to in years. They got every story to tell about you because of what they heard or what they think they know. But you really haven't talked to them in years. So don't put yourself in an uncomfortable state to appease these people that is clearly unhappy within themselves. That's just what I tell you from me to you. Number 3, time heals almost everything. And that's tough. I just experienced the death. My step pops, a gentleman that came in my life. I was younger than my kids are now. So probably 7, 8-ish. You process all the things that happen, like the stuff that y'all see on TV. He'd take me to the backyard. We'd really throw the baseball. He really took me around his friends. And shout out to the people that do remember Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park was extremely dope back in the day. But yeah, man, he took me around Rock, Jimmy, Teeny. I remember being in the back of Teeny Washington on Martin Luther King, me and my cousin Tyrant. And I was just throwing the ball, but I was just trying to show off and throw the ball extremely hard, man. And it's going every which way. Tyrant scared back then. I don't blame him. And he went back there and he said, "Hey, man, calm down." And just pitch it to the glove, to the mitt. Man, and you just, you really start to process the pain because, and I'm sorry if it feel like I'm all over the place, but you really start to process the pain because you had just got off the phone with him and he was just saying like, "Hey, man, I'm okay," because he had just got out the hospital. And he was like, "Man, I'm okay. You don't got to come. You good. Just, and then he let me know what happened in detail. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then just 3 days later, it's crazy. What hurt even more is when you just think about your brother, and him him losing his wife, him raising his boys by himself now. I had my real dad. I ain't gonna front. But my brother never really, connected with his for whatever reason. I don't know. He's older. But then when he called me that day, the same day my step-pops passed, he was just like, "Hey, man, Ron died." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Man, we were supposed to watch the game together," which I think it was the AFC or the NFC championship. And I didn't want to tell him because I know he just, experienced what he experienced. But as I process it, I'm just like, man, that's really the only father figure he had, man. But hopefully, like they say, man, time heals almost everything. Number 1 is responsible for your happiness except you. So I'll make this quick. My therapist told me, because I go in there and I ain't gonna lie, I get the front end tripping, my BM this, this person this, and she sat back and looked at me and hey, nobody has the power to make you mad. That's a choice. And as she said, subconsciously I process it, but honestly, you just vent, so you don't receive the information. You hear the information until a couple sessions goes by, a couple situations happen, and then you get tired of having this anger, and when you come around, people just, get tense. Everybody's on the line because they don't know how you going to respond to the simplest thing. So you get to a point to where, I got to a point to where I just decided I didn't want to feel like that no more. And when I knew I was better, was a situation happened. I ain't gonna go into detail about it because it ain't none of y'all business. But a situation happened. I know y'all like, you tell us everything else. A situation happened, and I was riding down 10, passing up Ackerman, and I had to ask myself, do you want to keep feeling like this? Or are you just going to trust that person's judgment and just let it be, right? Because you start the process, at some point, you have to extend grace. You have to accept the situation at hand And you have to just trust. And for me, that was the moment. It was a pivotal moment in my life. It was honest God truth, man, is when I just kind of decided that I don't want to be angry about things that I can't control. And I let it go. I think I'm at number 5. Oh, don't compare your life to others. You have no idea what their journey is about. Listen, the devil blesses his angels as well. So when you're seeing these people living this luxurious life and, some looking like they got money, some pretending like they have it, either way, it ain't none of our business. However anybody choose to live, let them live. Because I promise you, when this takes off and the way my body and the way things is happening in my life, it will be extremely soon. Don't be mad at me. Especially if you ain't really been around. Let me just sidebar right quick, and I'll make this quick. Nobody has to support me, right? You don't have to share it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to embrace nothing that I'm giving, right? What I will say to you is, when it do work out, just have the same attitude and grace that I have to you for me. Because I am going to live my life. And if you happen to get a glimpse of it, yeah. First purchase is going to be that 116506. Y'all go Google that. Then you'll kind of see where my head is with the ice blue dial. But yeah, man, you can't be comparing your life to nobody else's life. You don't know what they went through, what they endured in the process. You don't know what they prayed about. You don't know how many times they paid it forward. All you can really do is just keep living for you. Keep being the best version of you. Keep doing everything in your power to be the best you. And walk in purpose, man. You can't be afraid to do that. And this is what I'm finally trying to do, is walk in purpose. Number 6, stop overthinking. It's okay not to know all the answers. Now, this is for Dennis Ray Daniels. You're so used to being the voice of reason. You're so used to, everybody coming to you for whatever reason, and you having the answers for it. Are you giving the best answer you can to the best of your ability? But then when you get into an unfamiliar space, of course I do a lot of reading now. I don't, my whole brain didn't conform to something totally different. I'm intrigued by the weirdest of things. But then you got to get to a point to where you just really, you get comfortable with receiving information, accepting information. And that's something that I really, really been working on. The only problem is, I don't know what it is with me with y'all. Maybe after this, some of y'all will express interest in whatever it is. Especially my guys, because I do know it's a lot of y'all that's watching the analytics show. Just so y'all know. I don't know who is who, but I know y'all watching, especially if you made it this far. Make sure you let me know you watching. How about that? How about for the first time you show me that you watching? But now, I told myself it's time for me to really get a mentor. Somebody that's in a better position, or whatever position you're in, but somebody that can just really kind of give me a sense of understanding on the business side of how things could run if it was ran successful. So shout out to you if you extend your hand with grace. And number 7, smile. You don't own all the problems in the world. And for me, you know what? I'm going to just kind of how about everybody right now? We just take a couple seconds and to just enjoy the fact that you are alive. Embrace the fact that you are able to, even when you're not. You might not be able to buy the kids everything you desire right now. You might not have had, the biggest house or the nicest car. You might not even have a car. But the beauty part about it, you're able to. You're able to get up. You're able to get on a bus. You're able to get in your Uber, your Lyft. And you're able to provide for yourself. At some point, we just got to get happy, be happy and have some gratification when it comes to just the little things. And that's really me talking to myself, me processing that. And let me say that I don't compare traumas, right? So it's not for me to say, I've been through this, you only been through that, right? If that's your worst is your worst. I can't compare your worst to my worst because I grew up in the projects and you maybe grew up in a 2-parent household. That don't mean your experience was great, right? So let's extend grace. Let's continue to show love. Let's continue to pay it forward. And honestly, man, I want to leave y'all with, it's okay to be yourself. It's okay not to perform, not to conform to nobody in the way they live or the way they want you to live. It's a whole world out here that's waiting to invest, be a part of, embrace you. It's a whole world that just can't wait to meet you. Continue to walk in your purpose. Continue to be the best version of you. And maybe one day I'll meet you. But until next time, y'all be cool. How y'all be cool?